मैं I offer to you Swami Nityananda.
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. The today's truth is initiation. Whenever a master transmits the experience which as part of become his biomemory into another body to become its biomemory, the process is called initiation. It may be the physiological mutation or psychological mutation or just conscious ecstasy or a simple awareness experience or the deep restful awareness, anything it may be. Now whatever I describe, each layer is one own category. The master can transmit the physiological experience, physiological mutation experience. The other day I was sharing this experience in a session. When I was in prison, one day I was reading Swami Swatmarama's Atayoga Pratipika. There's a very beautiful translation by Swami Satyananda Saraswati. I have read so many translations, but nothing like Swami Satyananda Saraswati. He has done so much of seva to this Atayoga tradition. I really suggest all our devotees to use Swami Satyanandaji's translation and his commentary. Bihar School of Yoga has done a great service in preserving and protecting our yogic and Vedantic sciences, that's the right word. This Atayoga Pratipika, I was reading a certain process which works on breathing and directly expands your muscles. So I was just very playfully playing with that technique, just scanning it as it is described, as it is prescribed in the sutra. I just try to play with my breathing. I could see immediately changes in my chakras, the vibrational changes, and immediately the muscles have started bulging, expanding. I was really surprised that Hatha Yoga is so powerful. Maybe the whole thing happened within 2.5 seconds. And within 2-3 minutes, I could see physically the muscles change in muscles. Understand? So simple breathing can create particular vibration in your chakras, and that can create certain changes in muscles. Then I started working a little deeply. So when a person lifts 10 kg weight in the hand, when he works out 10 times, what all the changes happen in muscles, what all the changes in breathing, what all the changes in different chakras. I was able to clearly observe. Then I decided to reverse the process, create that vibrations in the chakra without lifting the weight. I could see very clearly that same vibrations, when they are created in the chakra, the same breathing change happens and the same muscles are getting built. So now we know the formula to shape your body without working out. You know the secret of lazy man's technique to build body, to build mass, to build muscles. I was really surprised. Then when I started working deeply on it, developing a kind of a formula, because see, when a person starts working out, lifting weight, the first thing happens is a certain unit of Mooladhara gets awakened, the desire to build a body. Anything physical is sexual. Please understand. Anything physical starts from sex, because body is built on sex. So second step, I saw the Ori, Manipuraka gets activated. And the third, the Anahata, vibration are happening. Then fourth, immediately the thing happens is the fear. The muscles start getting the fear of losing its shape, or the old muscles. See, when you build muscles, the old muscles get the fear that they will lose their shape. Their individual identity is losing. It's relaxing. It's disappearing. Then comes jealous. No, I should be like that body. That jealous acts as a life pattern, making the old muscles to inspire to become new muscles, so that death is tolerated. The death is accepted because the new muscles are inspired by the jealous, by the comparison. So I could see very clearly the pattern. Then I thought, can this pattern be transmitted? I discovered two methods. One, making a disciple to sit and creating certain vibrations, certain mantras, to create the same chakra vibrations in that person. That's one process. Second, just by the touch, telling the disciple to be in a restful awareness, and just by the touch, the formula, I'm able to transmit that formula. So just by the touch, if the formula is transmitted, that is called initiation. Please understand, when a disciple sits in an unclutched way or in a receptive mood, any experience transmitted from one biomemory to another biomemory without any effort from the disciple's side, it is called initiation. If the same thing is transmitted with little effort from disciple and little effort from the master, it is called process. The same thing is transmitted, more effort from the disciple and less effort from the master, it is called meditation technique. If the whole thing is transmitted only by the disciple's efficiency and the disciple's work, master gives only instruction, it is called teaching. Teaching, technique, process, initiation. So there are different levels master works with disciples. In initiation, there are so many things. One, awakening the non-mechanical parts of your brain. See, when you come with a certain understanding, when you land on certain understanding, suddenly some parts of your brain which was not available to you, which was not working, will be awakened. I tell you, simple intellectual understanding that you are the cosmos, not experience, simple intellectual understanding. You are the cosmos awakens immediately certain parts of non-mechanical brain in you. Certain parts of your brain which is non-mechanical is awakened immediately just by the simple intellectual understanding. Nothing more. You'll be really surprised. Now I am actually working to do scientific researches. How a simple understanding can awaken the non-mechanical parts of the brain. Then meditation, then process, then initiation. There are so many levels. Even simple intellectual understanding, if it is transmitted, it awakens certain parts of non-mechanical parts of your brain. And ecstasy, the devotion, the love, you don't need to do anything. Just if you see the love and the devotion, ecstasy in the master's eyes, it will just be caught by your heart. That is why around the world people crave so much for this emotional expression visually being presented. Why do you think so much of craving for this reality shows, this cinema, this TV? Why do you think? When you see a kind of an emotional experience in the eyes of people, your emotion just picks it up. It just starts enjoying. So when you see something in the master's eyes, it is the highest pure expression. Simply your heart catches it. Some people are asking, Swamiji, why did you make a gold-coated throne for pujari, for a priest in your temple? I tell them, the love and devotion with which priest looks at the deity will be caught automatically, spontaneously by a devotee. So the job of the priest is not physical job, it is a conscious decision. He is respected because he takes the conscious decision of radiating love and devotion, respect to the deity as God continuously. So when he looks at the deity, the very eyes should radiate love. The very being should radiate devotion, so that the devotees who are onlookers, who are the first timers, who are new, catches that love, catches that devotion, catches that ecstasy. This is what I call initiation into bhakti. Transmitting knowledge, ideas, and awakening the non-mechanical parts of your brain is initiation into Shravana, into the truths. Transmitting the joy and ecstasy from the eyes into an onlooker, an ordinary devotee, is initiation into bhakti. Same way, transmitting the strong formulas through vibration or through the presence into the disciple and making him experience that deep restful awareness is dhyana, initiation into meditation or process. And initiating a disciple just by transmitting the bio-memory and putting the disciple into that experience is Jivan Mukti Diksha. That's the word I can use. Jivan Mukti Diksha. So there are various levels of initiation, various ways of initiation. I can tell you one thing. If you just be passive, even an ordinary bamboo, an ordinary hill, an ordinary river can become guru. They can initiate you. I myself first was initiated by Arunachala Hill. Of course, I can't say that hill is an ordinary hill. If you have received initiation, then it becomes guru. You can never conceive it as an ordinary hill. Maybe for a normal man, it's an ordinary hill. I tell you, when you are passive, Ganga can initiate you. I have known hundreds of sadhus who have been initiated directly by Ganga Mata, the river Ganges. I myself had initiation from Arunachala Hill. I had a deep process with Ganga Mata. I used to sit with her, sunrise to sunset, just watching things floating on her. Maybe in 10-15 days, I realized whatever change happening in my inner space is also just like things floating on me, like how things are floating in Ganga Mata. Nothing touches Ganga, so nothing touches me. I can say this is the process I had with Ganga. It became realization. Just like how when things float on Ganga, you don't worry. See, like this rainy season, so many things will be floating in the Ganga, including human bodies. If you sit in Calcutta on the banks of Ganges, you will see animals, human bodies, plants, trees, huge trees, which are sometimes like a 50, 60 feet length. Huge trees with a whole root, they will be brought by Ganges and it will be floating. So many things will be floating. You just sit and watch. In few days I realized just like how things are flowing in Ganges and never Ganges is affected, same way I saw that sleeping, waking, dream state, seeing, visualizing, all the Tripudi Beta, all the different distractions, different changes in my inner space are just flowing and nothing is touching me. Nothing is touching me, untouched. So understand, being passive, even the river, hill, simple plants, trees can initiate you. I have seen hundreds of people initiated by our Kalpataru, banyan tree. Our Kalpataru is a living tree. All you need is just being passive. Simply, he can initiate you. I can't even say he. I can't say he or she because there are two enlightened masters' body below, buried. This tree has grown out of two enlightened masters' body. One is a male body, another one is female body. So, Kalpataru can just straight away initiate you. And I have seen Zen master, one Zen master who was initiated by a bamboo. He was sitting under a bamboo grove and he was so passive, the bamboo initiated him and he became enlightened. So, transmission of enlightenment without anything, just by the transmission of bio-memory is initiation. Today, all of you, the LE process disciples will have initiation into various great experiences, experience of ahimsa, satya, aparigraha, the various eternal experiences. You will have initiation. So get ready. We will get ready for initiation. As I suggested, whoever wants can shave the head and have the Bhasma Snana, means taking bath, applying ash, the herbal ash on the body, and be ready for initiation. If you apply ash, please go and take bath in the Vaidya Sarovar. It is not just the quality of the water which comes out of the linga, the whole area has been energized. That is why the 1008 Shivlinga. So each Shivlinga, inside the Shivlinga the yantra has been installed. Now they are reworking. Don't think just because they moved the Shivlinga energy is changed. No. I am putting it in right angle so that the whole area covers like a laser beam. The whole area becomes energy field. That's why I am altering the space between the Shivlingas and arranging, organizing. So, have your snana, get ready for initiation. So I request all the disciples around the world, just today, this one day, practice passiveness, means slow down. Slow down all your physical and mental activity. Move everything with awareness, and you will see, you receive initiation wherever you are. My blessings to all of you to experience initiation and experience and radiate enlightenment, live and radiate the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.